Alright, what is going on, guys? Today I'm going to be doing a rant about Zed, champion who, as some of you may have noticed, has been gaining a lot of popularity in solo queue. Like, I've had him in my last 10 games 6 or 7 times. This is my first time doing a voiceover, so bear with me here. I'm doing this all in one take, so if I leave anything out, please make sure to remind me in comments, and I'll reply to you in comments. Alright, anyways, main issue here is how strong Zed has gotten. So, first off, Zed has received a lot of buffs recently. 3-4 months ago, I would have said Zed was a healthy, balanced champion. If not, maybe even a little bit underpowered. But now, Zed has received increased missile speed on his W. The nerf on his ultimate has been reverted, where like you can't go back for 1 second. That thing it's been almost entirely reverted, so he has a very safe ultimate now. And I actually don't think these buffs were that bad. Like, they're okay. We can live with them. But I think what really pushed him over the edge here was, as most of you guys have probably grown to hate, Thunderlords. Thunderlords Decree. Thunderlords has been pretty relevant on a lot of champions, but I think Zed is the main culprit as far as where Thunderlords has gotten a bit too broken on. Like, Zed is a very safe laning phase, right? He has easy harass. He can proc Thunderlords very easily. He has to throw his shadow out, get his E on you, and then 2 Q procs, and he's got the Thunderlords on you. And that, like here in this game alone, there were quite a few occasions where I was taking a half health from that. And that's just not okay. Like, if this was a champion like Xerath, I'd say, yeah, that's fine. Xerath's an immobile champion. There's not a lot going for him besides harass. But, like, Zed's not like that. Zed has a lot going for him besides harass, with his engage and all that. And normally I'd say Zed's kit is fine, right? Like, yeah, he has a pretty safe laning phase, but as long as his damage is kept in check, and as long as, like, he doesn't have too much kill potential, then it's okay. I'm talking about in the early game. In the late game, he should definitely have kill potential. But in the early game, if you keep that in check, then he's a pretty balanced champion. Thunderlords is just too much early game damage, though. And I think he's just a generally unhealthy assassin. Like, let's compare him to, like, Talon or Fizz. Like, both of these champions have to take risks in the mid lane. They both get Crystalline Flask, obviously, or whatever the new one's called. I don't remember what it's called. But, you know, they both have to play very passive. They both have to constantly take harass. They can't harass the enemy opponent. Fizz can't really go in and... Well, I mean, he can, but, like, it's a lot more riskier. He has to, like, risk a lot more. He has to actually go in, whereas they just throw out a shadow. And, like, Talon just doesn't do that. Like, his W does not do a lot of early game harass. And, like, both these champions, once they go in, they don't really have a lot of ways to get back out. Like, if Talon wants to actually go for a kill, he has to use his ult twice. He can't really run back from that point. Once he's already used ult twice, if he gets ganked, he's done. If Fizz goes in and uses both of his gap closers, where's he gonna run to if someone ganks him or something? He has to get the kill right there. But like Zed goes in, does all the damage he needs to do, ults back, and he's fucking safe. I just think it's ridiculous. And some of you might choose to argue Zed takes skill to play. You know what? I agree. Zed does take skill to play. Or he did, at least. I still think he kind of does. I still think, like, you can't just pick up Zed right off the bat like you could Annie or something. You actually have to play with him a bit. But skill isn't really an argument for immunity from nerfs. Like, just because something requires skill doesn't mean, like, it will never need any nerfs or anything. It just needs buffs. Like, that's just a bad way of thinking. Azir, like, a lot of people would argue Azir takes skill to play, but he definitely got nerfed, of course. Cassiopeia, a lot would argue she takes skill to play. She got nerfed a lot as well. When a champion's in power, they need to be nerfed whether they take skill or not. And part of me thinks that, like, the people who are really skilled with Zed won't even mind him being nerfed a little bit, because he's so overplayed right now. It's just ridiculous. Like, I've seen him in almost every mid lane matchup, and I've had to ban him quite a few times too, because I just don't like playing against him. I have nothing more to really say. Sorry if this was kind of drawn out. Sorry if I'm not that good at this. This is my first time doing it, doing any voiceover or anything. So thank you for staying with me. And nerf Zed.